Hi, it's Lipstick Elle. Thank you so much for watching today. Time for another makeup update. This is going to be a mixture of makeup and skincare. All right, this one's kind of hard. I'm just going to say I'm going to be talking about both the Estee Lauder and the Lancome Holiday Beauty Boxes or Blockbuster. There's a lot of stuff in there. Some of it I've gotten into, some of it I haven't because I can't open everything at the same time, but I'm definitely talking about the makeup. So maybe we should start there. If you haven't seen, I will link in the description box down below both the Estee Lauder Blockbuster, which I think is actually, if you're an Estee Lauder fan, a really good purchase. I really like that. This year they said you just had to make a purchase. They didn't say like at a certain amount. In the past, purchase with purchase works like if you spend X number of dollars or more, then you can add on an additional bonus when you purchase. So it's a initial purchase and then the secondary purchase. And that secondary purchase is the holiday box. I'll tell you, I have already used when I was traveling the velvet bag. I love that velvet bag. Don't get it for the bag, but I love that velvet bag. Other things in there that I've been using, I'm almost done with the serum. And I just committed to starting in October using, it every night on my face. Do I feel like it's made a difference? Truthfully, I'm really careful with my skincare. The one thing I will say is my skin didn't have a bad reaction to it. My skin didn't actually get worse, like, oh, I stopped using something else in place of this. I actually think it works really well. I am never one who's going to pay $85 for a serum. I'm going to go through, I'm almost out of it, like every 3 months. I started using it October, all of November. Do you see what I'm saying? In 2 months, that's $85 every 2 to 2.5 months. That's a lot. That's not what I'm willing to pay, but it is a beautiful serum and I think it does good. I gave my daughter the mascara and the eyeshadow remover, eye makeup remover. Loves. She loves those things. Glad that she got them. Okay, here's what I have not been using. Okay, if you saw the video, you'll know. No, this was not good. I've used it a second time. I used it with eyeshadow primer. Instead of using a shade in here for eyeliner, I used an actual eyeliner. I got a better look out of it. But out of all of the things that I like from the brand, this is not one of them. And I don't know, it's been so long since I've had an Estee Lauder eyeshadow palette that wasn't one that I got in gift or purchase with purchase. I don't know if this quality is exactly what they put in their full-size eyeshadow palettes. I know they reformulated them, I think spring of last year, and they put them in refillable packaging, and that's wonderful. But I am not spending my dollars on Estee Lauder eyeshadows. What surprised me was when I started using the lip products, I was like, oh, I'm gonna use the red because I love a red. More than this one, this is the one I've been using. Now, there is a set that you can get for holiday, and it's 5 Estee Lauder glosses because they don't have a gloss in their lineup right now. They used to always sell a gloss, and they're not currently selling gloss, but the set was $25 for 5. Now, I do like these. The one things I will tell you is that it's not a doe foot, it's a brush tip. So this can get a little, there we go, a little splayed out. I think it does a good job of distributing product. I like these types of little tiny brushes, but if that is not your thing, just keep that in mind. This is the shade Sundrops here. This one's really pretty. I like this one. I've been using it a lot. And the other one here is in Ruby Quartz. This is nice, but it needs a little hand holding because with a color this bright, if it's glossy and goes outside of your lip line, which this one does tend to do a little bit, and I don't always wear this with a liner because I find some of these more hydrating types of products break down the liner and then it doesn't really matter. There's no barrier, it just kind of... So this is one I have to really be careful with, the red one, which is why I've been opting for this nude one. I do think the glosses are nice. If you're a gloss person, this is great. I wish I could say I'd been reaching for these more. I do really like the colors they came up with. And I mean, look how pretty the embossing is. It's just beautiful. I mean, it's very much kind of like, stars, and there's like a little horse on there somewhere, isn't there? Yeah, I like this, but I just haven't been reaching for it. I think I've picked up too many lip products and this just kind of gotten forgotten, but I do like this formula from Estee Lauder. Here's the red. This one is called Starlit Red. It is definitely more of a tomatoey orange red, where this obviously here is a cooler red. The other shade in this set is this one right here, Constellation Rose. It really looks very similar to Rebellious Rose, which is one of their regular shades. I think that this formula is actually really nice, but you know, do you have to have it? No. I feel like if you're getting the set for the skincare, it's totally worth it. The other thing I have been absolutely head over heels in love with is the new Advanced Night Repair face wash. It is a gel face wash. Oh my goodness, I love that stuff. That stuff is in my bathroom being used, and I hide it from my kids because my kids come every night to do their face. So I feel like this set is good for people who are Estee Lauder fans. If you're not an Estee Lauder fan, and you're in it for the makeup and you love lip products, you might like it for that. And I feel like the skincare is good enough. I'm not using the eye cream, I'm not using the face cream because I gotta finish using what I already have open on my shelf. But I feel like the products are good and it's an excellent value, but only if you're gonna use it. And if you're not gonna use it, remember you do have to make that initial purchase from the brand. So the Lancome box has been, for me, a better purchase because I feel like I'm using almost everything in the set. It came, I had to make an initial purchase first, and I got a set that had mascara, makeup remover, and I think there is an eyelash primer in there. I love the eyelash primer. This is the one that came in the holiday box. Love this. I'm wearing this today. I love their Bifacil makeup remover. It to me is the best makeup remover that I've ever tried. It works on waterproof eye makeup. It works on lip products that stain. Like it's a biphase, so you have to shake it up. But once you shake it up and you put it on a cotton pad, you can just hold it over your eye, you know, for 5 or 6 seconds and then gently massage, and it takes everything off. I love that stuff, but I know some people have sensitive skin and can't use it. But I haven't opened the one that came in the box or the one that I bought to go, like that came in the set, because I'm still finishing up the other one that I have. I love that stuff. I never want to be without it. And when I can get it at a discount, I always purchase. All right, so the lipstick, I love that this lipstick is not holiday packaging. I know that Estee Lauder does this holiday packaging, but this is the lipstick that you would get if you were to pay full price. That to me is value in this set. This is the shade Exotic Orchid. It's a pretty color. It's a very much kind of mid-tone mauve. I wish it was a little bit more of a statement, but I know that you're trying to make sure you're putting something in there that's going to be useful. And if people use it, when they run out of it, they'll come back for it. So it's okay. I just haven't been reaching for this. Although I do love this formula. I like the cream formula in this Absolute Rouge line. I like the matte formula in the Absolute Rouge line. I feel like they do really good lipsticks. I just have not been excited by Lancome lip colors recently. All right, what I have been reaching for and what kind of surprised me was this. I think this palette is beautiful. This is one of those, I have used it several times. I've been buying a lot of new makeup recently. A lot. And so this hasn't been getting as much love as if I'd picked it up in like maybe July or August when I wasn't buying as much. Holidays are always hard because everything's coming hard and fast, and I want to try this and I want to try that, and this is on sale, and I've been waiting all year to get this so I didn't have to pay full price, and the next thing I know, my desk is so heavy laden with new things. So when I got this, I used it a lot. I did continue to use it after. And I feel like that's kind of like the benchmark for me with as many new makeup products coming in. What am I continuing to reach for? I have reached for this. I didn't like this shade here. It's not really a blush. It's not really a highlight. It's kind of like a, but I did like the eyeshadows. And I feel like they wore well. I feel like they wear even a little bit better with an eyeshadow primer. Trying to get better about priming my eyelids and priming my face, because for years I was like, primer, schmimer, I didn't need it, but I actually have been using this as well as the mascara. I have liked and used this and purchased this at full price in the past. This is the Adult Mascara. This one's really great at lengthening and separating. Is it my favorite? No, I still love a Monsieur Big, which is what I'm wearing today, but I love this. I love the primer. I'm wearing this primer. I almost always have a tube of this primer. So I feel like their lash products are really good. And when you can get lash products at a reduced price, I feel like Lancome makes some beautiful mascaras. It's totally worth it to me. I have been incorporating some of the skincare. Like twice a week I'll use the Rose Tonique. I like that. I haven't been using the rest of it because I don't want to have too many jars of, you know, face cream or eye cream open. So they're kind of waiting to kind of like dig into them. But my goal is to kind of organize my skincare shelf in my closet. Oh, it's bad. It's just overflowing. And maybe that should be a video, but I don't even know what I have anymore. It's so like higgledy-piggledy in there, but those are kind of waiting in the wings. But I do like Lancome, just like I like Estee Lauder skincare, but I'm usually not paying the Estee Lauder or the Lancome prices to buy that single jar of face cream for that 80 whatever dollar price. That's not who I am. And I feel like although they're good, they're not my holy grail. So I use them when I have them, but I don't buy them. Now, if you want to know, is it worth it? I think it's only worth it for both the Estee Lauder and the Lancome holiday boxes if you are a fan of the brand and you use them regularly. I mean, they're expensive. They're what, you know, $75, $85, whatever the price is for the box after your initial purchase. So it's a lot of money to put out if you're not sure that you like it. But if you've tried a lot of the things in the box already and you know you'll get use out of the bulk of them, I do think it's worth it. But not if you're just trying to get a gift from mom or your aunt and you don't know what they like. That may not always work. I feel like there's a better way to handle that. The one thing that I did, one of the purchases I got to get the Estee Lauder Blockbuster was this. Oh man, I wanted to love this. This is the Future Skin Tint Serum. I have the lightest shade in 0 and 1. Best way to say this is I can make this work. Do I want to wear this? No. Have I been reaching for it? No. Would I tell you to spend your $53 on it? No. It does look okay. It is rather glowy. It says you're supposed to get 8 hours of wear. I never get that much out of it. And I find that this feels like the pigment sits on the surface of my skin. And I struggle when a foundation or a skin tint like this tends to do that, where I love ones that look like they become one with your skin and you can't tell where the foundation ends and my skin begins. And this one, even though it's just a hair light, I can make it work and I like the glow of it. But on my skin, it catches all of my dry patches and I don't really feel like I am particularly dry. But if there's one tiny flake on my forehead or the corner of my nose, I had a little bit of flakage underneath my chin because the weather is getting colder and colder and my skin is adjusting and I'm trying to up my skincare and oh. This is just not pretty all day. The other thing I noticed, it wears off really quickly on my nose. I do have combo skin, normal everywhere, oily in the T-zone. So I had oils cropping up on my nose and this, like, it just ate through the skin tint. Now I know it's supposed to be light coverage. I know that it's only supposed to have 8 hours of wear. And for me, it's not a deal breaker when at the end of the day I don't have any coverage on my nose. The deal breaker for me is that it accentuated texture on my skin. And I can wear almost every other foundation in my collection, and there's several, and not know that I have any dry patches until I put this on. And this finds every single flaw in my skin. And for $53, I wouldn't recommend it. Here's another holiday release. This is the Bijou Brilliance palette from Pat McGrath. This one is called the Starstruck Splendor. All right, I really haven't used this that much. Oh, I feel terrible. And I'm not sure whether this is a case of I got too much all at once and there was just so much stuff to play with that this kind of got forgotten. But I think part of it is I deal with so much sparkle fallout with this. I feel like the shades in here, although they are really pretty, and they are pretty, but do you see how there's sparkle all over the packaging? That happens on my face. And I know that's why I have the Pat McGrath Artistry Wand. I just got a new NYX glitter glue. I'm trying to find any possible solution to keep spangle on the eye and not on the rest of the face. I found one day when I was wearing this, I think I've worn it twice. Once in the video when I tried and once again and I was like, struggling. I had not just glitter underneath the eye, but I had glitter like on the tip of my nose. I had glitter chunks in my lip product. I had it on my chin. I found some on my shirt. And I feel like the textures of the eyeshadows in here are different than what you get in a full-size Pat McGrath Mothership palette. Are they bad? No, but they're very textured. These metallics in here are textured. I feel like the color story is okay. It's not my favorite color story. I can make it work, but I've used it twice and I really haven't been kind of so excited to reach for it. That's why I was like, oh yeah, I have that. This is the sort of thing that if you were curious about it, wait till you see it on sale at TJ Maxx or at Marshall's. This is not what I say you need to spend your gift card on at Sephora. Wait till it's on sale. Wait till you can get it at a discount. It's not bad. It's just not my favorite. I do like the 5-pan palette that I got better. That one's the Bronze Seduction. I don't remember. Bronze something. And I like that better, but I have the same problem with the sparkles. I feel like they're just a little bit creamier than what's in here. I feel like the textures are just a little better in that 5-pan, but I've only tried one and I know there are 3 other shades for the holiday, but this was not a fave. Here's something I have been loving. This is the Iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer. I'm wearing this today. I've been liking this up. So I picked this up because I've been listening to the podcast with Johnny and Kevin called Beautiful and Bothered. I love it when they talk about makeup. They like their hot takes. They are hot takes. Like they come for brands. They come for like all sorts of, I'm just like, oh, it's so refreshing to hear like makeup artists, legit makeup artists say exactly what they think. And they were doing a podcast several weeks back on best products for mature skin. And I was like, okay, boys who are in their late 20s, early 30s. But the truth is because they're both pro makeup artists and they work with a wide variety of people. They do brides, mother of the brides, like they've worked on every age. They used to work at Sephora. They know. I trust them so much. So they were talking about this primer that not only does it bring a subtle radiance, you see how it's not super glowy, but it has the ability to blur. The problem I've been running into is not just like the fine lines and texture that I have here, but I also have some larger pores like right in through here where my oils pop up. I feel like some of the lines in my forehead can, if I'm not careful, like collect product. Same thing like in the corners of my mouth or my nasal labial folds. And this is first of all a great thing to wear on days when I'm not wearing makeup. Like earlier today I was running errands and I didn't have any makeup on, but I had this on over my sunscreen. It looked really pretty, but it wasn't shiny. It's not Tin Man glowy, it's just pretty skin glowy. And I love that. The other thing that's good about this is I do find, without being one of those heavy silicone primers like the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer or the Tatcha Silk Canvas, it's not one that really kind of plugs up and spackles all your holes, but this just makes everything sit a little bit better. So I have been liking this. I'm so glad I picked it up. Something that I'm trying to use this. I picked it up because it looked like a good idea. The Redness Relief from Peach Slices. This is a color correcting moisturizer. This is kind of like a tinted moisturizer. So it comes out kind of green and it reminds me of the Dr. Jart Cicapair. So do you see how it turns a color? And the color is not the same color as my skin. So it starts out green, but as you kind of rub it in, it does kind of, and I can see how this can help reduce redness. And if you have this skin tone, you might like it. It's very moisturizing. I like the way that it looks, but I like when I fully rub it in, I feel like you can still see that it ends right here and this is lighter and this is darker. Not too bad. I can make it work, but I wish it was just like a light green color corrector that didn't turn into that kind of really heavy beige shade because it's too dark for me. And I feel like this could work for other people. I love the texture. It feels really pretty on the skin. The color just doesn't work for me. But if you have light skin, light medium skin, you might get this to work. And you're getting 1.79 ounces in here. It's very moisturizing. It feels good on the skin. And if you need a little color correction, you might really like this, but too fair. I have been buying eyeliner left, right, and center. Lisa Eldridge. I picked up some stuff from One Size Beauty. I repurchased some stuff from and then I went to the drugstore and I'm like, I want to find an affordable eyeliner. And I have been trying these four. Here's the one that I like. I do like the one from Pixi. This is the Endless Silky Eye Pencil. This is the shade Black Cocoa. All right, so what I'm looking for is something that glides. She glides. Beautiful. This is great above the lash line. This is great if you sharpen it and kind of go in between the lashes to blank out those skin tone gaps. I don't know if you have them, I do. It's great, and when it sets, it sets. When I put this in my upper waterline and I blink, it continues to transfer all day. That's not what I'm looking for, but if you don't tight line that way and you're just looking for upper waterline, or if you do upper and lower waterline and you're smudging it all out, this is great. I think it wears well, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for, but I love the glide. And they have some pretty pencil colors. So if you're not wanting to pay like Urban Decay prices or like luxury prices for an eyeliner, this one's really good. The one that I did not like at all is this one from Wet n Wild. Okay, so this one here is the Breakup Proof Waterproof Retractable Gel Eyeliner. Okay, yes, it is retractable. It is brown. This one here, by the way, is in the shade Black Brown. Do you see how it started right here and I was going up? It's just really dry. Like, I'm trying to make marks with it. It doesn't glide. And as I'm putting it across my lash line, it starts to grab and then it starts to skip. I don't care that it's $5. It's just not a good eyeliner. I just wiped it all off. I'm gonna make another line so we can compare them all here. But I just don't find that it's comfortable to apply. I also don't find that it's waterproof. I feel like when you say you're waterproof, I don't want you to be and breakup proof means crying. Waterproof, not just to water, but to tears. No, 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 no. I have a perpetually leaky left eye. Like this outer corner here loses makeup left, right, and center. I'm not having a particularly watery eye day so far, but who knows later. This does not last. Like I remember doing a little wing with it and by the end of the day with all of my tears, all the makeup in this kind of area, I had a little round circle here, all gone. This was one of them. So I don't know that it's really waterproof. Here's a couple that I think are good. These are both from Essence. This one here I've used the most. This is the Long Lasting Eye Pencil. This is the shade Hot Chocolate. So it's a retractable pencil. I think this is in the $4 to $5 range. It's not quite as brown as this one here. I feel like it's just a little bit, I did a double line. I feel like it's not quite as deep. So this line here was me going over it twice. Here's a single line of it. I feel like it does a good job. Another one that if I put it in my upper waterline and I blink, it transfers all day long to my lower waterline. That's not what I'm looking for. The one I'm wearing today stays here, doesn't get anything here. That's what I want. I haven't found that at the drugstore yet, but I have a couple that work really well that are kind of more in that high-end price. But I do like this for the way that it glides. It's less expensive than the Pixie, but I think they're both really good. You're just getting a little bit more pigment here. This one I did like. This is not, I didn't get a brown. I know, I'm like, wait, who am I? But this is the Stay and Play Gel Eyeliner, which is long wearing and waterproof. And this is the shade Stardust Love, but it's like a metallic gray. I loved the metallic look to this. This glides really, really, really well. I used it one day like this and I blended it out. Oh, it was so pretty because like once you put it on, if you just kind of give it a little bit of a, do you see how pretty and metallic it is? Oh, I like this one. Now, again, none of these can go on my upper waterline and not transfer. That's kind of like a tall order I found for a lot of eyeliners, but I feel like the Pixie is good. I like the ones from Essence. I feel like if you're looking for like colors, you're wanting like a colorful eyeliner, check out Essence. They have some really beautiful like blues, greens, like some fun colors, purples, burgundy, and things like that. And they're not expensive. And I think they're really good. Last thing, this is not new, obviously not new. This Sky High has been around forever. So many people love this. My daughter loves the waterproof, but I'm never looking for waterproof. I want easy off mascara. And I've been leaning more towards tubing mascaras, and someone told me, did you know that's a tubing mascara? And I was like, no. So I got it. Okay. I feel like there are levels of tubing mascara. What I want is when my eyelashes get wet with warm water, that it all just like slips right off. But this doesn't do that. I feel like the drugstore mascaras that are tubing formulas that I've tried end up leaving a lot of kind of smudging under. They don't smudge during the day, They're not flaking, they're not smudging. I get good length and good lift from this separation. I like it because the wand on here, it's like those spiky little silicone bristles. I like that it's flexible. I feel like it gets the proper amount of mascara on my lashes, but when it comes time to remove it, I'm expecting to warm water on my eyelashes and it all slips off. No. This ends up, some of it comes off. It comes off in little clumps. It's not full tubes. So I don't know if she's tubing, and it doesn't say tubing anywhere on the package. But the problem I'm having with this is that as I go to wash my face, I'll get some black smudging up here. I'll get some black smudging down here. And I have to take like my micellar water or the Lancome Biphase, like the Bifacil, and then later a Q-tip in more eye makeup remover to get all of it. That's a lot of work. I'm still kind of like scrubbing my eyes, and that's what I don't want to do, which is why I prefer a tubing mascara. So this is a great mascara, but I'm the older I get, the lazier I'm getting. I want it to be easy off. I feel like Lancome's Monsieur Big is easier to take off than this. I had the same problem with the Sky High that comes in the black packaging. It's not a bad mascara. I'll continue to use it, but it does make me go, do I want to work that hard tonight? Am I going to have an early night, or am I going to be out till late and then have to take my makeup off? Because on those days, tubing mascara. All right, there we go. Thank you so much for watching today. This was kind of like a hodgepodge of a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of stuff from the kits I bought earlier, other holiday purchases, and just some random stuff. I am trying to discover like more drugstore stuff. I know I'm not a drugstore person, but I want to see what there is. And if there's something really remarkably good, I want to make sure I tried to let you know about it. Let me know what you've been trying recently, what you've been loving, what's been working really well, or the ones that you're like, nah, stay away. Don't spend your money. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching today. Have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon.